Hi, welcome to our series on the sacraments. This season in our church calendar, we are going to be learning all about the 7 sacraments of the church. But to get us started, let's think about what are sacraments? To help me answer some of these questions, I have the Book of Common Prayer here with me. This is the book that we Episcopalians use in worship. And in the back of the book, there's a series of questions and answers that we call the Catechism. In the Catechism, it teaches us about what the church believes and what we as members of the church believe. So here's our first question. What are the sacraments? Sacraments are outward and visible signs of God's inward and spiritual grace. Sacraments are given by Christ as sure and certain means by which we receive that grace. Some of this might be a little tricky to understand. I bet you know what an outward and visible sign is. It's something that we can see or experience with our senses, like taste or smell or touch. But what is inward and spiritual grace? What is grace? That's our next question that is answered here in our Book of Common Prayer. Grace is God's favor toward us, unearned and undeserved. By grace, God forgives our sins, enlightens our minds, stirs our hearts, and strengthens our wills. So the grace of God is God's love for us. Whether or not we earn it or deserve it, God gives us grace and love and strengthens us in our faith. So sacraments are ways that we can experience the love of God in the world with our senses. And in the Episcopal Church, we recognize 7 sacraments of the church. Now, is God's love limited to these 7 sacraments? Are they the only way that we can experience the grace of God? No. We know that we can experience the grace and love of God in all sorts of ways every day, but these 7 sacraments are set aside as special experiences where we can be sure to find God's grace. I hope you'll continue to journey with us as we explore the sacraments. Each week we will take a look at a different sacrament, and we'll have a little activity to do along with learning about the sacrament so that we can experience some of these sacraments together. I bet that you have taken part in some sacraments. Maybe you were baptized, or you've been to church and taken communion. Maybe you've been to a wedding or a funeral. Maybe you have had oil put on your head to bless you, to heal you. I look forward to learning more with you over the next few weeks.